like it. All right, so we have Animal Guardian, Trust Your Instincts, and Shaman, Trust in Higher Forces. And, you know, we've got this owl in both of these. And I swear, I'm just going to grab a little stack here, right? Like, there's not, we're not seeing another owl anywhere in here, right? So I just wanted to show you that this is not any kind of mistake here, that we have pulled these. And what I'm seeing here is trust in yourself, right? And trust in the outside forces. All right. All right, so I'm going to move this just a tad. All right. So this is really powerful. It's really powerful because what you're doing here, like this whole line right here, is so just incredible to me. All right, because I see, you know, this is your goal, right? This is what you're consciously working towards. And this is like, you've been inspired. You've been inspired to, you know, work towards a calling. And it says, unleash the beast within. Productivity, even in pajamas. Sketch boldly and paint with a big stick. And I feel like this has, you know, this is like a calling. This is like an epiphany that you're having. This is, you know, and we see like, you know, this burst here and the burst, the same kind of burst right here, right? So it's like, and there's 3, yeah? And we have the number 12 here, which breaks down to a 3, the 12 here. So I feel like, you know, this is like a new way of seeing your relationships, right? Which really, like, this changes the game for you. What happens during this period, like, seriously changes the game for you. And this, you know, this is the center here. This is like the heart. This is kind of what I feel fuels everything else, right? Because we have Louise Bourgeois. Remembering through art is better than forgiving, and inference is worth 1,000 appendages. Draw on private pain to connect with the public. Now these, if you're working on some kind of creative project, all of these might be very, you know, helpful for you. But what I really see here, and like I said, she's like my mommy issues card, which we all have them, but it doesn't have to be that. You know, I see this as like, you know, the heart knot. You know, this is all in knots. And we see all these little, I want to say that they're thorns, right? Little hurts that we've had along the way. And it's those little hurts that have, you know, they start adding up, right? It's like a couple of times ago when you had the sun in the past position, right? And here we have it here. And, you know, thinking back to before you had your first pain, right? You started building the wall. You know, this 10 of fire. This 10 of fire, I feel like it's, you know, of course it's all those wounds, right? And of course the 10 of fire, 10 of wands is about untying that knot, right? Removing some of those wounds. And in this picture, we see someone, you know, and this is even, could be the Chariot, right? This is you. You're getting used, right? To, you know, and it could even be a sacrifice. Yeah. But somebody's making moves with you. You're not able to make your own moves. Right? This is like manipulation. People who manipulated you, who took advantage of your kindness, right? That kind of, that martyrdom that Cancer can be prone to. So it's about kind of looking through those, right? Unwinding the knot, taking out the thorns, looking at them from a different perspective, right? Because Hell, I mean, there's probably times that you've done it, right? We've all got to be, if we're really honest. A lot of times we've been, most of us have been guilty of taking advantage of somebody at some point in time, right? Why did we do it? It's kind of like, not to take away blame from the other person, but just to kind of see it a little more objective, right? From an objective point of view. And, just kind of let all that stuff go. Take the thorns out, right? Let the wound heal, and just let go. Let go of it. That's part of this awakening. Because as long as we're carrying that baggage around, right? And this is so connected to this here and this. This is what's going on in your subconscious. Bruce Springsteen. There will always be magic, even on the darkest nights. May your mistakes, like your sins, be your own. Follow the river, but keep your eyes on the sea. And then we have the Ace of Tides, or the Ace of Cups, in a traditional deck. And I'm just seeing this as, it's like subconsciously, and I feel like the goal here is to make this conscious, right? Subconsciously, you're kind of being influenced by those patterns, right? And I'm drawn to these guys, both of them, right? He's holding this drum, right? The beat, the pattern, right? Look at the pattern, right? And feel it, this is animal, trust your instincts. This is talking about how animals, whatever they feel, they just feel it, right? They don't hold back. They, that you feel, they know exactly what they're feeling. And then they move on from it, right? They don't stay pissed off. Well, there might be some dogs that but most of the time, and we see these crows here. There's also this spirit guide kind of thing, right? Different emotions. The panther is going to be kind of ferocious, right? Pay attention to the emotions as you go through and look at your past relationships, your past hurts. Pay attention to what you're feeling, right? They have messages for you. And pay attention to the pattern that's emerging, right? May your mistakes, like your sins, be your own. Maybe, there's a bad boy kind of vibe right there, right? What was your pattern in love? I'm also seeing here, I'm getting like this double message of, what's going on in America, what's going on with the collective, follow the river, but keep your eyes on the sea. The collective is the sea. Our own, awakening is the river, right? And so it's affecting your emotions as well. So try to pay attention to what are your emotions and what are, the outside emotions. If you identify as an empath, it's important to try and recognize, right? Like if you wake up feeling bad, feeling sad, is there a reason for it? Or is it possibly, something that's energetic, right? This is Pluto. Pluto just turned direct. So it's really having an effect on all of us, right? This is kind of the collective energy as well. All right. So that's the heart of everything. And it's really, as you go through this process, this is what's lighting up all of this, right? It's like, okay, I'm going to go to the past here with this Three of Fire. And, this is, there's this journeying that I feel happening, whether this is within or without, you know, and it's getting a higher perspective, right? And once again, there's this, you know, you're being supported by your ancestors, by spirit. And that looking into the future, right? And that's it, you know, that's where you've been. And it's very connected to this relationships, past life relationships even. All right. I know it feels like there's more there. We'll see if it you know, comes up. I'm feeling this, you know, that we'll just see. We'll just see. Because I feel, you know, I see like this relationships, the colors are the same here in this sun. And, you know, we see different versions of the sun, right? Here, this looks like an eclipse. This looks like the moon, which is, you know, reflects the sun. And this seems like a sun, you know, the sun is right behind him here. Like, so he's, you know, becoming the sun. You know, there's just all these representations. And once again, I'm feeling like that pattern, right? The beat. And you're finding some clarity there. There's this protection, right? These birds that are coming in from both directions. It's like they're blocking out this. It almost looks like an owl bat. it's a whole new creature, but it's kind of like it's blocking out any darkness. Right? Any of the illusion that is associated with the moon. It's a, you know, I'm also, at the same time, you know, I see the purple here, which is intuition. And the bat is about intuition as well for me. So, you know, it's like there's still illumination from those sources as well. But, it, you know, it's like, it's protecting from the illusionary aspects of it. And we see this snake down here. There's a snake in this as well, which is that transformation, right? Part of this judgment, the rebirth. And these, I feel like they're very similar as well. You know, I feel like you're really finding your own way of viewing things, right? This is the Nine of Gardens, which is an independent woman, independent thinking, you know, and of course, if you're a male watching this, it doesn't have to be, you know, this is just the feminine side of things. But, you know, it's like I see this vine here with these flowers blooming on it, and I feel like it's a line of thinking, you know, and you're just going down it, and it's just blossoming and blossoming, and it's making you feel more and more alive, and yeah, like you're stepping into your purpose, right? I see her foot stepping forward here, and it just feels like, you know, she looks so gorgeous and lush, and you know, we see this butterflies as well, just really coming into your own, stepping into your purpose, confident, optimistic, right? The Three of Fire is very optimistic. So, you know, there are a lot more optimistic cards in this spread than there are negative. I definitely feel like this shadow work that you're doing, that is like, you know, and the reason is the heart of this is because of all the good that it's going to do you, right? Then we have over here in your action, you know, and as soon as I picked it up, I just thought about like this, you know, with a volcano, it can be under pressure, and the reason that it will erupt is because it hasn't been able to release the steam, right? There's this release that's happening, yeah, with all of this. And like I said, you know, and it comes right in with all of this, things are starting to click. And it's like this, the more things start to click, the more you know, it's like you're just on fire. You've got these ideas, you know, this, you're sketching boldly, you're very productive. I just see a lot of action and a lot of good things coming your way. This is beautiful. And then, you know, this is in your emotions, your relationships. And like I said, I feel like this is, you know, you taking aim, right? Looking right at the heartache, right at the fractures, right? So that you can heal them, so that you can remove the thorns, so that you can open it up for healing and for new love to come in. Because, you know, this is part of the threes, right? This new perspective that you're going to have. You know, I see like wings right here. Yeah, you're getting a higher perspective, a new perspective. You're going to see your relationships completely differently after this, right? And you're going to be releasing the old. And you're going to be able to rest. Yeah? I mean, there's a restfulness to the hanged man, the drowned. I also feel like this is, you really, even coming to, you know, view your emotions in a different way, right? As learning tools rather than burden. Yeah, I mean, this is the gesture of tides being at the bottom. You know, she's like looking at this glass, you know, which I assume has water in it, right? Seeing that water in a different way, you know, being curious about it. And this balloon in the background is about her past, right? Just letting it fly away, not even concerned with it. You know, this is, you know, I think about the drinking a cup of water, you know, for manifestation purposes. You know, creating your future, seeing what's coming your way rather than what's behind you. Okay. Let's get a piece of art, and then we'll get closing guidance, and then we'll take a look at all the underlying energies all together, see what kind of message they have to tell. All right, I want to go towards the back. Let's go. Okay, to the right. Diego de Silva y Velasquez, Les Meninas. And we see, like, you know, the little people, and I don't know if she is supposed to be a little girl or another. I mean, like, she looks like she's, you know, just a little girl. But then we have him, right? He's part of this picture. Yeah, I think it's like, you know, it doesn't have, I'm seeing this as all those like past relationships, the past hurts, right? You see them a little bit differently now. And you're returning back to this like innocence, you know, like she's wearing a grown-up outfit, but she's a little girl, right? You're still in your grown-up outfit, but you have this innocence, a refound innocence. And just viewing your relationships and the people in a different way. You know, and I see the dog here, which is about loyalty. You know, being able to see who is loyal, who was just people-pleasing. And perhaps you're a little bit of each of these people too, right? There's this, you know, especially with the artist being in here, there's this kind of, that self-analysis that's really coming through here. I don't know why I said lace. It's lay. Las meninas. Goodness gracious. I don't know. And yeah, like this right here, you know, I'm seeing the 4 elements, right? We have these quadrants. And, you know, this change in the way that you're viewing things, right? It's like that kind of 5D kind of thing happening. And this is all just kind of happening very organically, just through you doing your thing, right? We have the squares. Squares. There's squares on this door back here. And all along the wall here, right? Everything, the pattern, the beat, the rhythm. It's changing.